happening, everybody? Hope you guys are all doing good. Especially what's up to my team killers, my killers of teams. I'm Team Kills. What I like to do is make gaming easy. And I'd like to welcome you to this beginner to advanced Shroud training. I've heard this guy's a monster. Heard. Actually, I know he's a monster. So mean and tough, he's considered to be broken by a lot of people. Now, being the last behemoth that we unlock, he's supposed to be tough. But in my opinion, and it's not my weapons either. It's my approach to the hunt. No, I'm definitely not talking big or anything. Trust me, I'm not. It's just, he follows some patterns that we can take advantage of. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that with your weapons. Now, I do have some suggestions, but first, his attacks. Now, the Shroud has got some scary, dangerous reach. He's got a clone projectile, which is actually pretty cool. But his hover jump attack, this gets a lot of people because of the strange timing. He's up there for almost 3 seconds, feels like an eternity, but you have to wait, then dodge. He's actually up there long enough that you can change your direction, which way you're running, and if he's following you, you can see it. If not, you'd be kind of safe. Almost safe. Now, he likes to scrape the ground and leave corrupted acid puddles. He also likes to throw acid. His aim isn't great, but we're still going to have to dodge those just because if the acid touches you, you'll be poisoned. And when you're poisoned, it's going to drain your health until you hit the behemoth or until you're dead. Now, he has a blackout move, but I'm not going to talk about this until the tactics section, because in my opinion, this is not a move to worry about. Now, the attack we need to worry about the most is his exploding black hole of almost death. Now, you need to destroy this thing as soon as he makes it. In a short time, it will expand, then explode. And when it blows, every Slayer on the map's life is reduced to 1. That's why it's almost death. There's no getting away from it. It doesn't matter your setup, dodge, timing, you can't outrun it, so you kind of have to drop what you're doing because there's no protection from this. We got to kill it. Getting this off the field it's a must. Now, when he makes a clone, we gotta get rid of that thing too. It doesn't have a lot of health, but it has a lot of fight. It hits just as hard as the Shroud, it's the same reach, and the last thing we need are those two things jumping around, especially in the dark. It becomes really hard to time your dodging. Now, quickly, armor and weapons. Like I mentioned before, the Shroud is tough, and he cheats, so it's best to be as prepared as possible. I shouldn't have to say this, but don't use your revives. Let your friends pick you up. You might need them for later on in the battle. Now, the Night Stalker armor would be great for this hunt, but just make sure you bring your best armor. That's really what matters. And there's no shame in using Iceborne. He's throwing acid. We're all cheating in this hunt. Now, he's a little too active for any pylon to be really useful, but in my opinion, it's a great time to use this. And I call this the Vampire Potion. Its effects work on the entire party. It's a really good way to keep everyone alive, especially if you're using the chain blades. How this works is, a certain percentage of the damage you do gets returned to you and all the other Slayers as health. And when you're using the chain blades, it hits a lot of parts, so you get a lot of health back. It's really, really useful. Now, when it comes to tactics, we should be thinking about knocking them over, so a stagger build with Aether Strikers will do the job best, in my opinion. They're fast enough to get the hits in when he's on the ground. You should be able to build up to your second special, and that special is fantastic. It hurts him all the time, not to mention you can see the numbers in the dark. You can use the dash to close the distance when he's jumping around. Now, stagger damage is not necessary with the punch gloves, but the Shroud's ground scrape, his backspin, his acid throw, and when he's making a clone of himself, these are all interruptible moves. Not unstable, but interruptible. So, there's a lot of opportunities to knock him out. And in my opinion, the safest place to be during this hunt is between his legs. You could go behind him, but it's basically the same. His swipe attacks have a long reach, but when you're in his stomach, sometimes his swings miss you. It's kind of funny. When you forget to dodge, it's actually like 50%, which if you ask me, those are good odds. Now, once you're corrupted, it will take 1 full second for damage to apply once you're affected. So if you're hitting him, it'll be turned off before you lose health, which kind of makes his poison useless if you're sitting in his lap giving him gut punches. Now for his night bubble. Save the best for last, or second last. Oh man, I get excited when he does this. That actually sounds weird. When he turns the lights out, he starts to follow a pattern. In about 3 seconds, he's going to reappear in front of the group, so don't scatter. Now, if the group is on the other side of the map, stay where you are. He'll appear right in front of you. Now, he wants to throw acid in the dark. Jerk. Most importantly, you need to find him. Now, once you find him, it's up to you whether you want to attack him or not. But what he's going to do, he's going to scrape the ground. Then he's going to take 2 swings. One short, one long. He's going to scream and then charge. That's the moment we're waiting for. As soon as he charges, he's going to fly back. This is an an unstable attack. You're going to see his eyes in the dark. This is our opportunity to knock him on his face. This is why I prefer the chain blades, because the timing is super easy. When he turns the lights out, I knock him out and turn the lights back on. Now the last thing is, I'm sure you guys have been seeing the escalation gameplay in the background. That's because I believe it's a good place to run into the Shroud. Now when you pick the level 10 to 50 escalation, most of the people you run into in this mode are ready for anything. Plus, there's a lot of critical related amps that you, one, or all of your team may have unlocked that can make this battle, well, easier. Man, I've been talking forever, but that's it. When we put all these tips together, his reach is pointless, his poison is useless, his jump attack will miss, his black hole of almost death won't almost kill you, and you can get excited when he turns the lights out. Yeah, see, that sounds really weird. Anyways, soon you have a full set of Shroud armor, weapons that you guys could sort through and choose whatever you want. And on that note, I really, really hope this has helped. If it has, join the team of killers, become a killer of teams. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. It's the only way we can talk. Keep it easy, and remember, just keep gaming.